We enjoyed a quiet day of weather across the tri-state today, but we are tracking our next storm system out to our west, producing severe weather this evening out across portions of Missouri and Oklahoma. And this potent storm system will be moving our way as we go through today on Wednesday, and a strengthening storm system, and it will be bringing us to risk for some severe thunderstorms. The Storm Prediction Center has an enhanced risk for severe storms on Wednesday from Vincennes to Evansville down to Madisonville, and points to the east within our area. And this will be the area, the eastern half of the tri-state, with the greatest likelihood for more numerous severe weather. But we do have a slight risk for severe storms over the western half of the area as well. So we are all included in this risk for severe thunderstorms. And then we have a moderate risk for severe storms, which you don't get all that often. When you see a moderate risk, you have to take it very seriously across the southeast states. And this is where we could see long track and violent tornadoes potentially setting up tomorrow. So this is going to be quite a severe weather day, with a large portion of the eastern and southern parts of the United States in this risk for severe storms, as this potent storm system moves across the area as we go through today, Wednesday. And looking at the probabilities for severe thunderstorms, we have this is looking at probabilities within 25 miles of a given point. We have within the enhanced risk area across the Ohio Valley down to the Tennessee Valley, we have a 30% risk of seeing severe weather within 25 miles of a given point. But what's important to note, we have a black hatched area within the enhanced risk across the area. So in the enhanced risk zone from Vincennes to Evansville to Madisonville and points to the east, we also have a 10% or greater risk for significant severe. And that means storms that could produce 2-inch or greater diameter hailstones and wind gusts of hurricane force, which means 74 miles per hour or greater, and tornadoes of EF2 or greater. Again, that's what the significant severe means. So there's a 10% risk within 25 miles of a given point that we would see significant severe storms. So that's certainly something worth mentioning, as there are some impressive dynamics tomorrow. The limiting factor would be the moisture tomorrow. That could be one thing to keep us from getting what would be a more substantial severe event across the Ohio Valley. Again, the best chances to cross the eastern half of our tri-state area as we go through today on Wednesday. And take a look at a more zoomed in map of the area. Again, we have that enhanced threat from Vincennes to Evansville to Madisonville, Kentucky, and points off to the east. And this is where the greatest likelihood for severe weather will be. But again, the entire area, even the western half of the area, has that slight risk for severe storms. So Wednesday will be a very active weather day across the area. And let's kind of break this down and talk about the timing. I'm going to show you a breakdown in a second here, but I want to go on the future radar and just show you what we kind of expect to happen as we go throughout your day on Wednesday. So we start out the day tomorrow. You're going to be just fine. No severe weather expected tomorrow morning. And in fact, we'll probably wake up to some sunshine in Evansville and points to the east. We might see a few showers to the west in the morning, but generally a good part of the area not going to see a whole lot going on tomorrow morning. And that will be key for what happens in the afternoon, especially over the eastern half of the area, where there's going to be more sunshine and probably a greater amount of that energy building up for a greater likelihood of severe storms going through the afternoon hours on Thursday. So after the noon hour, this is when we're going to start to see the storms beginning to fire up. So by 1 o'clock, we may start to see some showers over Illinois, strengthening as they move east and into more of a thunderstorm potential over the area by about 1 o'clock. And then as we make our way through the afternoon, by the time we get to 4 o'clock, this is the map by 4 o'clock Central Time. So this would be 5 o'clock Eastern Time. The map is showing potential for some supercells developing from roughly, let's say, Petersburg, Indiana, near Jasper, down to Tell City, Indiana, near Owensboro, Kentucky as well, showing some supercell storms which would have the threat for some large hail and tornadoes, and being the primary threats with those. And you can see it's showing more storms here around just southwest of Evansville here at 4 o'clock Central Time tomorrow. So this will be during the peak time of the severe weather going on. The peak time will be from 1 o'clock in the afternoon Central Time to 6 o'clock in the evening Central Time. And the 6 o'clock will be more the cover areas to the east, as the severe threat will be a little bit later, obviously, the farther east you are, or extending a little bit later, I should say, the further east you are. But at least we have kind of a narrow window here, but certainly a time frame we're going to have to watch through the afternoon hours for that potential severe storms. And once we get past 6 o'clock, notice the severe risk will be shifting further to the east. So areas like Louisville, Kentucky, southeast Indiana, Louisville, Kentucky area, central Kentucky will be more in that line for these very powerful storms potentially as we go through early evening hours on Wednesday, with our area getting quieter weather. Our atmosphere will be kind of worked over by that point, and we'll start to see more stable air. So the severe risk will wind down, I think, after 5 or 6 o'clock and pushing to the east of the areas. But certainly this will be a day where we need to keep an eye on things closely. And once we get past all of that, we will see a much colder air coming in on Thursday as this low pressure moves off to the northeast. We get some wraparound moisture continuing to bring in some showers over the northeast half of the area on Thursday. It's a chilly day with many areas, especially from Evansville, northeast, struggling to get out of the 40s on Thursday. So it will be a very chilly day on Thursday and a very windy day as well. Let's look at your severe weather breakdown for Wednesday. So we're looking at pretty quiet in the morning hours. The severe risk will begin to ramp up by about 1 o'clock through 6 o'clock. So 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time. That's the window that we are expecting the potential for severe storms. I would especially watch 2 to 3, 4, 5, right in that range. We're going to start to see supercells developing by mid to about 3, I'd say about 3 to 4, when we can start to see more of those dangerous supercells around, say, Jasper and the Tell City area. And again, it's not going to be exact locations, but I'm just trying to give a general idea. By that time, southern Indiana will certainly be in line for the potential of some dangerous thunderstorms developing on the radar, and then we will have the severe threat moving out of the area by the time we get to about 6 o'clock or so, maybe as late as 7 o'clock in the eastern parts of the tri-state. But then throughout the evening hours, our severe risk will move to the east. So this is going to be mainly an afternoon round of severe storms for us, and the risk will be there for large hail. And again, when I showed you that severe storm prediction center map, they have highlighted the potential where there could be some more significant storms that could produce some very large hailstones. Again, isolated. I'm not saying everybody. If you're thinking I'm saying everybody's going to get hail and everybody's going to get severe weather, you're getting the wrong message. We're not saying that. What we're saying is, if you get under one of those storms, they have the potential to be severe. They have the potential to drop large hail. They have the potential to produce some rotation. So that's what the message we're trying to bring. Again, if you get under one of those storms, there will be these discrete supercellular-like storms, or especially over the eastern half of the area tomorrow mid-afternoon into the early evening hours. And of course, damaging wind speed of that potential as well. And of course, a few tornadoes cannot be rolled out. Again, the eastern half of the area will be at most risk for that tornado potential, and especially maybe just east of the tri-state towards southeast Indiana, Louisville area, down to central Kentucky, for instance. But again, we need to keep a close eye on this as we go through tomorrow. And we are going to be fine-tuning this. And just keep in mind also that this forecast will likely adjust some as we go throughout the nighttime hours tonight, and we fine-tune this forecast. So it's possible we see some adjustments. The Storm Prediction Center has even mentioned that we may see parts of the Ohio Valley upgraded if certain things come together. But again, that threat, whether or not we would see the upgrade within our region or within our tri-state, would be something that we'll just kind of have to monitor. But again, the further east you are, the more in line you are for some potentially dangerous storms, and the further west you are, your risk is not as great, but you still have the risk for some severe storms. So again, we're all going to need to be weather aware through today on Wednesday. We are watching this very closely, and of course we will be keeping you updated on how this continues to look to evolve as we go through today, tomorrow, and of course, as need be, which we hope it doesn't, but of course, given what we're seeing, it probably will be. We'll drop in some live updates. I'll try to get the live feed going if we do have some severe weather going on tomorrow afternoon. Well, thank you all for watching your evening update here at Metro Weather Watch. Take care, everyone, and just stay weather aware on Wednesday. No need to panic or be alarmed. This is normal time of year for severe weather. This is just perfectly normal. Just have a way to receive warnings. Have your safety plan for when a warning is issued, and you're good to go. No need to worry. Thank you all for watching your evening update, everyone. Have a good night.